based I'm taller than you.
Well then, looks like another Avatar character has taken it. Now can we please have Korra versus Anakin? Now, if you guys remember from mine and Duo's prediction, I wasn't quite sure on who was really going to take the win. Both characters had their advantages, while at the same time having some disadvantages as well. But man, this was a solid episode. So let's just go ahead and dive right into the positives. First, let's go over the analysis portion. I really enjoyed it and thought both characters were done justice. Well, at least in my opinion anyway. Aang was on point and going over everything while also detailing his abilities and weaknesses. Aside from not bringing up his lack of hand-to-hand combat skills, or say comparing him to the previous avatars as I was really hoping for, it was still very, very good in its own right. As for Edward, well, as somebody who hasn't seen Full Metal Alchemist in a long time, I really don't know how much of him they ended up getting right, so I'll leave that for you guys to decide. But from my perspective, it looked very fine and did a great job of breaking him down as a character, displaying his abilities, and of course his weaknesses. To sum up, I very much enjoyed this analysis. On the flip side, there was some pretty good comedy in this one too. Man, did it get a laugh out of me. Now, it's on to the animation. Well, this is where I'm very, very mixed, but we're going to go ahead and talk about mostly the positives first. After watching this 4 times, I can very much say that this was very creative, had some great humor in it, and overall, it just looked dazzling with its hand-drawn segments. Once again, that is thanks to my man Lewis and the 2D team. Aang's bending was very well detailed, while at the same time just showing how versatile he can be. And having him use the air scooter and his staff was a great touch. Oh, and we also got to see the cabbage guy. Oh my god, thank you guys so much. This put a smile on my face. And yes, how could I forget, his avatar state was just a sight to behold, very much like how it is in the comics and his TV show. Now, on the flip side for Edward, I enjoyed how they incorporated his alchemy. Everything about it was just so fantastic, while giving him some great badass moments with it, especially when he summoned the giant cannon. How badass can you get? Now, even with its small pacing issues, I would have to say that this animation may not have been my favorite, at least compared to the last 3 fights we've had, but it is still solid enough for me to say I was entertained and had a great time watching it. Good job, guys. Alright, on to the voice acting. It's another knockout. Emily was phenomenal as Aang. I would dare to say she sounded identical to Zach's original performance. She had some great jokes and some badass moments in here, and she was just so lovable as Aang.
You know, there are actually a lot of advantages to being short. Like, you'll never hit your head on door frames, and I'm still growing!
As for Kagi, I am so happy he got to come back here. His performances as Jason the Red Ranger and Hercule Satan in the last fights were just so fantastic. So bringing him back again was actually a good choice, and I can definitely say his performance was very spot on as far as I can remember Edward's voice. He immediately had some funny moments of his own, as well as having his own badass moments.
Little! Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you stupid hairless kid? Nobody? I'll show you!
but I do kind of wish he would have gotten a better line to go out on than what he was ultimately given. But that's just me. So, yes, what more can I say than both actors deserve major kudos for giving it their A-game. Awesome job. Now, on to the music. Well, this is certainly no Emerald Heroes. It was very good for what it was. It had the perfect vibe to it, incorporating not only some Avatar / Legend of Korra segments, but just sounding like it belonged with those shows. Trust me, when you listen to this by itself, it is very, very beautiful. Werewolf Media, again, outdid themselves, but on the sad side, it is unfortunately a shame that kick-ass rap that's been going around didn't make it in here. But nevertheless, this soundtrack was just a great listen. That's enough for the positives. Let's go into my criticisms with the fight. I only have two. The first one is really with how the animation paced itself. We started off a bit slow in the first half, and as the fight kept going, it was really taking a while to get my blood pumping, and by the end, it just felt anticlimactic. Don't get me wrong, it was a good way to end it by having Aang go into the Avatar state, and while, yeah, he wouldn't have naturally done this in canon to kill somebody, it was still very appropriate, but coming off of Cage versus Falcon, I feel like that fight just was better paced. But maybe that's just me. And finally, as for the second one, I kinda wanted more of this. I don't really know what else to say. Now that that's all out of the way, what more can I say, guys? I had a great time with this episode, and as a big Avatar fan, it was great to see Aang finally make his debut in Death Battle and getting to have a awesome, awesome fight with Edward. Both characters really giving it their A-game, and by the end of this, I was really, really hoping that it could have gone on for a little bit longer, but that's just my own personal taste. While I wouldn't put this in my top 5 favorite fights of Season 6, I can definitely see putting this in my top 10. With that being said, this fight had great analysis, solid animation, phenomenal voice acting, and beautiful music, and because of those factors, I'm gonna go ahead and give Aang vs. Ed a B. Thank you guys so much for watching my review, and if you enjoyed it, then please go and support the official release and show Death Battle some love. They really deserve it. But if you enjoyed my video and my review, then hit that like button to show your support. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe. I would love to have you. But also, hit that little bell icon to never miss a video when it goes live. And if you have the time, please consider supporting me on Patreon to help keep me going financially with this channel. I've got some great perks that you guys are going to love, as well as some awesome exclusive videos, chats, behind the scenes, and many, many other things coming very soon. Speaking of Patreon, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my newest patron, Mr. Gentlemac. Thank you again for your kind donation. It really means a lot to me. So, yes, everybody, thank you once again for watching this review, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that next time before we sign off. I'm the Jedi Bender saying, be air, my friends.
That's right.
Woo! My main man!